So basically, as one usually does, I was browsing through Reddit Mech Market to see if there was any interesting keyboards. And as a collector, you don't want to collect the same thing over and over again because it's just a waste. You want to try something new, something different, right? And I found an Alice keyboard. We can add the text in post. It's so nice because I just wanted something that I've never tried as a keyboard fan, as a hobbyer. Is that even a word? It's so beautiful. It was so ergonomic. And you might be asking, why the fuck would someone want a curvy ass keyboard, right? Have you seen a person tilt their keyboard to the side to get a better angle for their wrist? Well, that's kind of what this kind of what that the that's kind of what an Alice board does. They generally tilt in. It's unnatural for you to put your wrist in and then bend your wrist to type, right? But naturally, the wrist should be going the same direction as your arm, so it's a more comfortable typing experience since both hands are in their natural position. So that's mostly why you'd want an ergonomic board, or in my sake, it looks cool as fuck. So the keyboard that I got was hot swap arisu from Nico and Steph. It's a stacked acrylic hot swap board. Feels really nice in the hands. Pretty more bouncy than I was expecting. And I put some just generic PVT keycaps with Japanese sub legends on the board with some box NK creams. The typing experience on this board has been really interesting. I'll give you guys a general sound test right now. After typing on it for a few days, I personally have no problem with the layout, and it does feel slightly more comfortable than your standard TKL or 60%. The typing angle is really nice, and I had no problem gaming with it or typing on it in general. Um, I played Valorant, Apex, I did school, typed in Twitch chats, wrote the script with it, and I had absolutely no problem with the layout, except I would say that if your typing form is not standard or kind of broken, like you type with two fingers or you reach, that you may have a problem getting adjusted to this board. My right hand would reach for the B on the other side, and my left hand would reach for the Y. So when the two chunks were split up, I was reaching over and hitting nothing, but it only took me a few hours to adjust, and I now type normally like a normal human being supposed to. Is it worth it? Personally, for me, I think it was worth it. But if you are a new keyboard enthusiast looking to get into the hobby, or is looking for their first custom mechanical keyboard, I wouldn't recommend this, because this is definitely a step outside for what a mechanical keyboard could be, but you don't want to take that big risk or jump when you're just getting into the hobby. So I'd recommend something, like a 65% or a 75 even is great. But if you've owned mechanical keyboards before and you're just looking to try something new, I would definitely recommend this being the first step towards the ergonomic side of keyboards. For example, ortho or split, like really split keyboards, right? So I would definitely recommend this as a starting point because it's close enough to the standard keyboard where you would get used to it in a few hours or days. Honestly, I just wanted to kind of not recommend but share some not too expensive Alice layouts on the market that you can try. There's YMDK Wings. That one's pretty popular on YouTube. You can look up. There's a bunch of sound reviews. There's the basic keyboard kit. Comes in a bunch of different colors. Solder, hot swap, stacked acrylic. Really pretty, really nice sound. And lastly, there's the Orange Boy Ergo, which is a cheaper test kit where it'll probably cost you about 1/3 what you'd be paying for the other ones, and you get to try the layout without investing too much money. And it's a pretty interesting piece, you could say. When you get one of these keyboards, you want to be careful about the keycaps you get with them, because sometimes the kitting doesn't necessarily match what's on the keyboard, since it has a split space bar and an interesting bottom row. If you're interested in getting any of these boards, the link will be in the description with everything else I used in this video. Lastly, I want to say thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm just getting started on this journey, so the quality and standard isn't to what I'd like it to be, but I'm making do with what I have and just trying to get it to work properly. So please expect the quality to improve over the next couple weeks. And yeah, like, subscribe. Have a nice day.
Shawty suck my dick, then I get lost in the abyss. I'm a quiet motherfucker, but I like to talk my shit. I'm off for shroom, I'm off for bean, I'm off for a whole lot of shit. You could bet I'm in my head, but you could bet I'm in your bitch.